Hello everybody, it's Anne from Anne's Stampin' Up. I'm an independent demonstrator here in Simcoe, Ontario, and if you live in Ontario or Canada and you don't have your own demonstrator, feel free to shop with me. You can reach me at stampsandtea@gmail.com, or my demonstrator website is stampsandtea.stampinup.net. So welcome everybody. We've got another nice stamp set from the July to December mini catalogue. And we're going to make a quick Christmas card today. So here we are. This is the July to December mini catalogue, and it's page 46, and it's the Perched in a Tree stamps and die set, and beautiful stamp set again. A lovely bird and some smattering stamps, and four nice sentiments. It has a lovely die set that comes with it called Aspen Tree dies, and it has a beautiful almost oval egg shaped cutout, and you got a couple of leaves which will stamp and emboss, cut and emboss, and an outline for the bird and some leaves for the trees. We're also going to use the Tasteful Labels dies, which are not new dies by any means, but very handy, a nice set of dies. We're going to use the Timber 3D embossing folder just for a little bit of texture. The card itself we'll get to in just a second. I just want to remind everybody about the Perfect Partners promotion. That's a lot. Perfect Partners promotion runs from September 1st to the 30th. It's 6 different stamp sets which were our original stamp sets, but they brought out a set of dies to go with them, and they're beautiful. I have the Apple Blossom dies. We used those last week. They're absolutely gorgeous. Talk to your demonstrator, or by all means call me or email me if you would like more information about the Perfect Partners. So pop that out of the way. The other thing we're going to use, which is not, it's in the annual catalogue, and it's called, it's a silver foil pack. It's on page 139 in the annual catalogue. It's $13.50, and you get 3 sheets of different coloured silver foils. You get like a matte foil, that's this one. It almost looks like a very pale lilac-y colour, and you get this one which looks like the black ice technique, and you get a sheet of silver foil. And as I say, page 139, and it's $13.50. So we're going to use that on our card today. So let me put that out of the way, and we'll get down to making a card. We've got some supplies here. We've got a real red card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I've cut 4 pieces of basic white paper because I need one for the inside, one for the embossing, and one for the stamping. They're 5 1/4 by 4, and I've got a piece of this beautiful, almost kind of a lilac-y coloured foil, and I cut that to 5 3/8 by 4 1/8 because I just want a very narrow border all the way around my card. And I've got some real red rhinestone gems to finish it off. I've got an envelope. Put those to one side. Right. So first of all, that is just going to be glued flat down onto there. So we'll do that in a minute. What we're going to do first of all, we're going to do the stamping, and then the embossing and the cutting and what have you. So let me bring in my stamp mat here. My glue mat out of the way, and we'll put this folder out of the way for just a second. Stamps are here. Right, now on my original card, I will show you, on my original card I did use the spatter stamp all the way around, and I think it's lovely, but I think this time I'm going to do I'm not going to do the spattering. I'm going to leave it so that it's clean and sharp looking. Hopefully we'll see what we get. So let's get this for some stamping, and for stamping we need the real red stamp set, stamp pad, and the grey stamp pad. We'll use that for the bow. Okay, we're going to stamp the bird in red. Now that sounds a bit silly, but I want them to really stand out on my card. Pop him down there. It's nice. And we need a sentiment that we're going to stamp in red as well. Real red. I'm going to turn my card because just so I've got lots of room to cut that out. And we've got, well, I'll put that to one side for a second. We might as well continue with the red stamping. We have a piece for the inside, and we should have an envelope somewhere. I've lost the envelope. What did I do with the envelope? Oh, here it is. And where's my bird again? So this is the inside of my card. I'm just going to stamp the bird in the corner. There, he's nice. And on my envelope, again, I'm going to stamp the bird in the corner. There. And that just ties the envelope into the card and the inside of the card. I'm going to cut that out. That's the inside. We'll put those over to the side. We close the red stamp set, stamp pad. And I'm just going to stamp a branch in the grey, in basic grey. There. And I think that's it for stamping. So we'll put the ink pads out of the way. And we're going to have to bring in the big shot, but first of all what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this piece lying flat, and I'm going to tape my dies down so that they don't move. Now I'm going to, this one here is from the Tasteful Labels set, and I'm going to line up my top edge with the top edge of the stamp because I want to put some gems just to finish it off. So let me see if I've got a little piece of tape there, piece of washi tape. I'm just going to hold it in place so that then I can pick the whole piece of cardstock up and put it into the large Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine, and hopefully none of these things will move. They'll all stay right where they're supposed to be. Next set up here. So this is my bird outline. Just going to put that around my birdie. Hold them in place. Piece of washi tape. Oops. Put another piece over the tail just to hold them right in place. There, and then we've got the branch. This is the big branch. So we'll put a piece of tape there and a piece of tape there. So we should be able to pick that piece of cardstock up and nothing should move. Alright, just set it there for a second. Bring in the big shot or the large Stamp and Cut machine, Stamp and Cut and Emboss machine. Now, and I'm going to bring in my plates, 1, 2 and 2 number 3s, and stagger them in the machine. I'm going to put this piece of cardstock down first, and I'll try and show you in just a minute. I've got another piece of cardstock and I'm going to get it on the end of here. Got a little mark on there, and I'm taking the big die, this one here, and I'm going to lie it down. Now I pull my plate out. This is how my plate looks. I've got 2 sets of dies on there. I've got everything on one plate that I'm going to run it all through the machine at the same time, and away we go. So that's the first set of dies. That's the bird, the branch, and the sentiment. The bird, the branch, and the sentiment. And all these little pieces should just pop right out. And it gives you a lovely little silhouette, if you will, of your birch or your aspen trees, depends where you live, what you call them. There. And now what we're going to do, I want to give that just some texture, because I think it looks a little flat like this. So I'm going to run it through again using the timber, the timber 3D embossing folder. So we did the die cut first, now we're going to emboss it. And because it's a 3D embossing folder, we're using plates number 1 and number 4. And that's all. And it should just go right through. There we go. See, yeah, that just added some nice texture to the piece we're going to use. I'm not sure if you can see it or not. You can sort of see some texture in there if I bend it and fold it. Alright, so let's get rid of these plates. Put the folder out of the way, the stamps out of the way. We're ready really to put the card together. So let's see what we've got. We've got a bird, a sentiment, a branch, this piece, and a card and foil. And we've got some gems. Alright, I think we're ready to go here. So first of all, I'm just going to put this piece down flat on my card. I'm not going to, I don't want this up on dimensionals, it's just going down straight flat. The dimensionals will come when we pop the bird up. But I don't want this to move, so I want to go right around the outside edges with my adhesive, close to the edge. Get that? Yeah. Piece in the middle. And remember, we've only got about a 1/16 of an inch going around the edge here. So before we press it down all the way, I'm going to have a little look at it. There, that's lovely. Nice. That worked well. So then we have the white branches here that we've embossed and we've cut out. Is very carefully, for sure, put adhesive in the corners. All 4 corners. And again, I've just got the tiniest of border around here. Hold it at the top, have a look at it at the bottom and the sides. Give it a little twist there. And I'm going to turn it over and rub it from the back so that I don't damage any of the branches on the front. There. There. So you can see how this silver foil, this lilac-y coloured foil, if I get the light right, it really does look like a lilac, so it kind of looks like an evening card. So we've got a branch here, we've got a sentiment, and we've got a bird. We're going to put the branch going across, but we'll put this up on dimensionals just to give it a little bit of height here, and I'm going to use mini dimensionals for this across the branch because I need to try and get the whole thing supported. There. That I think is good. Backings off these dimensionals. Place this just on an angle any way you like. Really. I'm just putting it like that. And then for my bird I'm going to let him sit on the branch. I don't like the feet on this bird and I'm going to cut them off. so that he just looks like he's sitting there. There, we've got a footless bird. So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive down here on the bird so that he sticks to the branch, but I'm going to put dimensionals at the top of the bird so that he stands up some more, so that he's held up. And his tail, put a couple of extra ones in there, and then some adhesive on the bottom of the bird to hold him to the branch. Get the backings off the dimensionals. Here's my little birdie on the branch. And then we've got a sentiment which we're going to put down here. We're going to put this up on dimensionals, and we're going to finish this with just 2 or 3 gems, I think. There. And this sentiment says, "Let heaven and nature sing." Just going to put it right down in the bottom corner, like that. We need a sentiment of a stamped piece in the center on the insert. Card go, and this has about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. There. Bring in the envelope, and we'll pop 2 or 3 gems on the bottom of the sentiment just to make it, to finish it off. There. So there it is. There's a lovely little card. I'll show you the other one I made. Basically the same idea, but on this one I had the grey speckles all around. This one is plain white. So there it is. That's the card we've just made. The silver foil behind almost looks like a very pale lilac colour. We finished it off with a few gems, and we stamped the envelope to match the card. So as always, if you wish to copy and share this card, feel free. Just see where you saw the technique of the card made originally. And I did look on Pinterest this morning and got some ideas for this card, for using this stamp set, the aspen tree dies and the perched in a tree bird, perched in a tree stamp set. As always, if you want to copy and share this card, feel free, but if you do sell your cards, please put the Stampin' Up! Angel stamp on, which just says all the supplies used are Stampin' Up! Supplies. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next week. Bye.